Hello and good morning and welcome to the podcast, the audio podcast for Python 2, also known as Snakes, and I'm pressing play right about now. I'm going to call this one Python 2. Right, so okay, I've done the podcast for Python, as somewhere in Russia happens. Got a lot of stories about this. Obviously, I love Python and check out the podcast when I talk about Python. I just want to quickly talk about the two guys who are on the screen right now. That's Carla and Bomba. Two of the smartest stunt people I've ever met. Work for the Alpha Stunt team in Bulgaria. Carla's the head, Bobby's the brains, really. I've sat and watched Bomber, sat there and Bobby guy, and literally just look at the idea and the location and just come up with some mad plans and, you know, his execution and just, it's great. Fucking great, guys. Both appear in my music video for Red Mist. Carla's the one who gets his head blown off as he walks in the strip joint. Bobby and Bomba are the ones that go backwards. No, he's the one who jumps up and gets squished when he jumps full front and frame. And gets shot to death by. Both get shot by Ian Somerhalder. Yeah, I was see again that location. So hang on there, Billy Zapra, right? Let's get back. I'll talk about Bulgaria later. That's Billy Zapra. He's changed his name from William to Billiam on this. Obviously shit hot at the moment with Cobra Kai. Going back to the whole thing is like I remember being in London. Dana Ashbrook, I say he from Twin Peaks. Is that his name? Because I think that's the last's name. And I was on the request for Python 2. I remember Python. I was like, there's Python 2, but I wasn't going to pay like money to get an American import. Plus, I didn't have a multi-region player. And then years went by, and I seen the front cover of this, and it looks exactly the same as Python. I was like, that looks the same cover as Python. Bought it anyway. And as you're about to see on the screen, well, if you buy it and watching along with us. Python comes up for like a frame before Snakes is just slapped across it as the guys go into the unit here as it slow dissolves into this descent. There you go, Python 2, it fades to black Snake, so it's really badly done. Like, it's quite easy to add a black panel over something like that in this nip and tuck it to Snakes. So yeah, it's a really bad edit, like, but yeah, like I known about this for a while and ranted on about it a few times, especially in my movie Welcome to Edinburgh. And then the last couple of nights through Edinburgh, I was been watching this, and this actually played through twice, I think. And again, William Zabka is absolutely massive on Cobra Kai at the minute. I've just finished Cobra Kai season 3. And he hasn't done a lot. He's only done like 52 films. And obviously, like, this was 2 years later, and this one's definitely been made in Bulgaria. This guy comes in, and again, it's a completely different story, and he completely plays a different kind of character. I do want to have a look at Dana Ashbrook, because, like, basically, I'm halfway through the final season of Twin Peaks. It's fucking epic, the last season. Like, fucking epic. It's in Dalton how many discs I've still got left. I'm like, where the fuck's this gone? And obviously it's great to see the cast turn up, but then obviously I'm watching this, and then Bobby from just turns up in this, and I'm like watching it, and I was like, well, William's back. He's called Billy. I mean, he might have made loads of movies on IMDb as Billy and so William. This guy looks like he's got one arm all the way through this. Yeah, it's really early. Brit's at work downstairs, so I have to stay out of the way for a couple of hours. Hence why I'm doing some digital back. Why have they got looks like a old fashioned, you know, when you used to fucking have the tennis ball attached to the net. But yeah, the request for Python 2, then I was watching this and I remember freeze framing it, and like not only seeing Carla and Bobby, I was just like, right, and then I seen the Snakes too. I was like, this is Python 2, and obviously like we had Python. And then we got, we got Boa versus Python, and then we got this new Alcatraz, which is a part of this series or something. And I was like, well, what the fuck happened to Python 2? So yeah. Python 2. Dana Ashbrook. It's got to be him. I always thought it was a woman's name. I almost thought that there's two women from Twin Peaks in it. So called Python 2 on IMDb, it's rated a 15. It's now called Snakes over here, action horror. Yeah, Dana Ashbrook, or Dana Ashbrook, is a girl, is a boy. Fucking that's a boy, Steve. He's a boy. He's a boy. He's a boy. Oh, CGI kicks in. Yeah, known for Twin Peaks, Eternal Living Dead, and in this. Carla's so cool, like literally. I can never pronounce their full names though. There's a few other people I've actually worked with in this. I'll point them out as we go through. It's really loud. This is on volume 2. It's pretty loud, this one. Just having a quick look down IMDb. Jeffrey Breach. Sound. Yeah, Carla Van. I can never pronounce Carla's fucking full name. He's done fucking loads, like. Oh, what a fucking legend. Stunt. He lives in Sofia, Bulgaria. World War Z, Mission Impossibles. He's working on Mission Impossible 7 at the moment, man. I mean, he's been on nowhere like again. Fast and Furious 9. Awesome guy. Look at that, man. I mean, again, right, I can tell you what, right, I've literally been with Carla. Here's a funny story about me and Carla. And this is typical of him. Like, there was this bridge where we were in Rusa, and he was just like, oh yeah, we want to jump off this bridge. And I was like, what? Why do you want to jump off this bridge for? Oh, it's just a stunt and all that. And again, like, fucking just crazy ass stunt guys. They obviously used them for show reels and stuff like that, you know what I mean? And I remember, like, walking up to the bridge. I've got video footage of this. We walked up to the bridge, and what I don't have video footage was, as we went across the bridge, and as we went across the bridge, we went into Romania and turned around, and then the border people stopped us, and we only did a U-turn, and they were absolutely a nightmare. And I didn't have my passport on us, and I think Dave was with us as well. We didn't have our passports, and I'm like, well, you can't come back in. I was like, fucking hell, man. Yeah, they talked it out. There you go, fucking bazooka there. Boom. Watch out for that fallen rock. But no, they do not dick around. I can tell you this right now. They did not dick around at all. Very professional. And like, great stunt guys and like stone cold actors. This film's nearly 20 years old. I'm doing a podcast. Probably the only podcast. Again, setting up my studio, strip back metal, cave systems. The only film I've really seen with is so much a clone of the tournament. That's so bad. As a first reveal, that is so fucking bad. Oh dear. And then a Fate White. The Shepherd with Jean-Claude Van Damme, another film all these guys worked on. Van Damme's working along the Mexican border and stuff like that, and like you see same locations and stuff like that you used in like to make it look like Middlesbrough, you know what I mean? It's like Bulgaria was shit hot to go on. Like again with Mindripper, they were like, come here, we'll make you a fucking movie, like we'll make it fucking work, you know what I mean? And like it was good going because they had a massive problem with the government and like the fallout or whatever, and they just sort of, you know, everyone's a bit of a wild west. I mean, some of the nights out were fucking mental. Best probably not talk about them, but it was like fucking crazy. Oh, and Zarko might be in this as well. As I say, I am just backing up some files and stuff. I might have to take a phone call during this podcast. I'm trying to sort a location out for filming tomorrow. I know we're in fucking lockdown free, like, but I'm fucking trying, man. I don't want to just do a review, a fast forward review for Trespass in the house. That doesn't make any sense. Going back to Trespass as a podcast, I did a very, very long time ago now. The other night I'd watched Trespass and actually got two commentaries on. When I did the first ever the podcast for Trespass, like I was like, this needs to come out on Blu-ray, and it came out on Blu-ray like 2 or 3 weeks after. So it's like, for fuck's sake. It's got quite a big scene with these guys. We're in for sticker right over that fucking. I paid £4 for this. I think I bought this from some fucking. This might have an origin story as well. It's got fucking runtime on the box. Can the Americans and Russians stand strong and make one last stand against a creature that could spark World War 111? Question mark. What the fuck, man? Jesus. It's got no runtime on the box. Oh, that was 90 minutes, 3 and 4. Boom! I mean, mint stunt and then, nah. Here comes the python. Fuck. How do you say fuck a fire? Oh, I electrocuted it. I mean, this would make a good... Look at this guy. He slow dissolved to him going, yeah. I'm getting paid for this. That's a good little backstory of where it came from. I mean, it's so bad, the CGI. Jesus. Like, the stunt was mint because they went fucking flying. Like, fucked up, like. Fucking happy chappy. Jesus. Dun 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 dun. Oh, it's not even a gun he had, it's a fucking comms link. He's not very good, like, is he? He got so much cheese. See there? Then it cuts back into more credits. And like what looks really bad here, I mean, what the fuck's going on here? Because now the actors' names are coming in and they've got more digitalization and a little bit of extra effects, so it looks like the front half of the film was snapped. It's now shown. There's see, hang on a minute. It's now shown footage. Is it from the film coming? Or is it from the new Alcatraz film? I'm not sure. And there's some really bad. I mean, what the fuck is going on here, really? I mean, again, you can. I mean, that's with just see we've just seen from the start of the movie, and I've just seen a clip from later on. I remember, but oh my god, these are really bad. So anyway, I know I bitch on like at the end of the day, like you start a film off a black font, that's just no way. I mean, The Thing does it, but I think with The Thing it just works. I think the music is what the score is there, dun dun. But like it ain't hard to like pick a different kind of font, and like I mean, even the edge frame in there of this blurry like spiral effect they've put on these textures and this little green underglow, you can see the restrictions on them. So they're almost being done, and it's almost being like cropped out, and it's almost like the frames have been put. I mean, if you probably lightened up the screen, you might actually see outer limits on the areas. Like again, you can see when the spiral font goes. That's fucking mental. That it's weird. Digital effects. God, it's just got 10 o'clock actually. Britt woke up this morning. I've never known anyone so angry at an alarm clock going off. Work from home. So that's right. Let's go and do a podcast. These fucking these credits could have been rolling over, like the build up. Like again, then these credits here could have been hitting when that guy was laying down all that dialogue and stuff like that, and I wouldn't have been focused on. It's written by Jeff Rank. Focused on that fucking weird fucking funnel thing that had sticking there, it still made no sense. So it's little stuff like this that just hasn't like aged well. There we go. Got some out of focus shots as we pull back from a approaching car, maybe. Yeah. And he did a podcast the other day for Blood Cabin. I need to watch that. That's probably going to be my next drunken film to watch, because I watched it, didn't know what the fuck I watched. I watched it again, still didn't know what the fuck I watched. I was like, this would be great for a podcast, and I've just never got around. Oh my god. We're back to the first film now. We're on an aeroplane, hang on. It was the same fucking shot. I think that's the same fucking shot as the first one, I think. I mean, you own the footage, why not? So yeah, Snake's been captured. Oh, there was some fucking cold nights in Bulgaria, man. I think we did like 6 weeks and nights. Oh, he's on the plane, so alright, we're back. Like, again, we've got an origin story of why a snake was on the plane to begin with. They're gonna take no prisoners. This is loud as fuck, this DVD. It's on one? Normally you can't hear anything on a podcast. Fucking Sex Pest Tash by fucking Casper Van Dien. Beginning to... I mean, oh my god, that does not... Oh dear. That does not look great at all. Just missed him. It's very similar set up the story of The Big Game with Samuel L. Jackson I watched recently. I really enjoyed it. I put it on and I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? Samuel L. Jackson jumped across the pond and like done one of these really like it's Finland, like a Finland movie, and, you know, they've got him on for a couple of hours, and it starts off and it's all in Finnish, and it's all like same kind of thing. This guy just shoots at the fucking Air Force One. What a little great action movie, man. Fucking brilliant. Like, if you haven't seen it, he gets saved by a little kid out in the woods trying to earn his honours to his families, and he's got to like catch a deer and stuff, and he ends up finding the president and like protecting them from like, you know, like a couple. I mean, they've went bigger in the first movie. First movie just disappeared behind a hill. Fucking blew that motherfucker up. Squid work. Fucking Zarko probably fucking did them. I mean, Fade to White on massacring people, and then cut the. Oh. It's like in a movie, like just keep it simple, like doing a music video. And you're injecting bands in like a storyline, in like with a storyline you can like cut out X, Y and Z, do you know what I mean? Because like you're trying to, I mean, the stakes definitely could not be in that cargo crate. That fucking cargo crate is fucking tiny. Don't tell me the snake's in that. It's meant to be 60 feet of fucking terror. You can jump away with it, but there, like fading away, then coming back on a harsh cut to then this truck pulling up, and then a slight dissolve into it, and then now a fucking butt. Please don't tell me the snake was in that, but the guy in the middle, wouldn't know his name. I have met him before. He plays. He's in my music. I have met him before. He's in one of my music videos. Cheeky bastard, Stephen. He plays the bartender in the Red Mist music video. I don't think you see him much in the video. He's in quite a lot of movies though. He's done really, like you said, like especially if you watch any Van Damme 2000 films. A lot of these guys worked on In Hell with Van Damme. So she's pretty hot as well. And there's Nana Ashbrook from Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks is fucking mental. I'd never seen it before, and I found something very relaxing. I would almost say halfway through the first season, like the music, just like, you know, the tone, the look, that 80s vibe it really gives, because it is an 80s fucking film. But the new series, it's just mental. The Have You Got a Light episode, I was like, what the fuck am I watching? Have I got high and not realised I got high? I was just like, what's going on? Again though, That would have just been craft set up, that. Try to look at the location, actually. See, when we were based in Bulgaria, we'd took over this airport strip with the runway, and then we had a couple of airport hangars. Then we had a couple of additional locations around. Obviously, they all go, oh yeah, this was used for this was used for that. Shark and Venice had just finished filming on some of the locations. And I was good at it, actually, because I really wanted to meet Stephen Baldwin, because I'm a big fan of Stephen Baldwin, his early stuff. Like Biodome, Threesome, he was in Fled. And apparently just missed him by a day. That's the same fucking Joan. Have that vodka. But it's quite easy to approach an actor, especially the rate's right, and that's what they're into, and you just fly in the cross there, and you know, they come over, they'll get like hotel, you know, they get all the travel paid for, they work 5 days, have 2 days off, kind of thing. Especially if you're a big an actor, like, you normally working around them. I don't work till after 10 and all that, you know what I mean? It's, you get divas, and they're not normally female. He's got bleached hair in my video, I think. Smoking in a movie. Oh, dropped it. I remember the storyline. This gets a bit messy because I think William comes back and he's I'm not the man I used to be, and it has a few flashbacks of the first movie, and like in the first movie he's ended that they're all happy. You know, like half the friends are dead and all that, but like they've still managed to take down this fucking python. And they're all happy. He hasn't got back with his girlfriend, and see, one take would have been good enough. I don't recognise that location. Is this him now? He's a completely different character. There he is. I mean, he got out of the car, taking his sunglasses off. That cuts to the sunglasses on his head. I mean, now he takes them off again. He's aged so well, that guy, though. I mean, he was a sheriff of a small town with a snake problem. Now he's a massive snake hunter. It's one of them DVDs as well where the white is that like bright, but it has the blue tint in all of it. You know, he just turns up, writes a massive check. 10,000. Fucking brilliant at Cobra Kai. Absolutely brilliant. It's like everyone will be watching Cobra Kai now and going, how good of an actor is he? Like, why hasn't he done more? And I mean, I love Hot Tub Time Machine. I didn't even realise he was in Hot Tub Time Machine. Right, so that's Bulgaria. It's got to be. Definitely the change signs and stuff like that. I mean, it's they speak so many languages in Bulgaria. I was on the outskirts. There's a thing called Sophia Land, which is derelict now, or was. And the hotel I was staying at is literally right next to Sophia Land. So obviously we took over the entire hotel with a cast and crew, and you know, we didn't get out much. We only really go out on the weekend, and it was only really a Sunday after we went absolutely hanging on a Saturday night. But Sunday was like the only night you could like sleep in, you know. That fucking snake, the only thing that could be in there is a snake's head. We did film out one street, Rusa. We drove 4.5 hours from Sofia to Bulgaria. To Rusa, which is on the outskirts of Bulgaria, for a street scene. like 2 street scenes, because they look like the northeast, like location wise, and they could take it over. I thought that was insane. A massive road trip as well. I remember being in the van with John O'Nick, Rachel Grant, Bond girl was in the car with us. She's awesome. And I remember we went across the bridge that they used in the Pacemaker with George Clooney, because the driver was like, this is the bridge for the Pacemaker. And fuck me, what a stunning bridge that really is when you go across. I was like, fucking hell. I mean, I don't know. I've got a couple of questions here. One, why isn't the cargo crate now about 4 times bigger than it was? And 2, how did they get it through that fucking door? They open it up and it just pops out and goes, hiya, and eats everyone. There's no way that's... Oh. Why own it? Can't stick your head in there. I mean, this should really be in the first reveal. You shouldn't have really seen the first the first bit. And there it is. Hiya. Just kids. Just fucking squirted him in the face. AK-47s at him. What did you think was in it? I mean, I want to say it as it is. That didn't look too bad. I mean, that actor running out was terrible, but... Oh. There's a guy flying around the screen. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. I've just pressed play on 4 videos. Brilliant. Disastrous. In fact, the next video I need to transfer is Python. I did the Batman Returns podcast since Python with the lads. Paul wasn't out of bed this morning. I was trying to get Paul Ray to... I really want to do Biodome, but I want to do it with Paul Ray or Carl. Carl doesn't seem to want to do anything with Paulie Shore in, and Paul's just like, I'm sleeping. It's a perfect film to do in lockdown. So I'll try and push for that sooner or later. I haven't heard back. Oh, fucking shit the bed. I just need to stand up and exit my room for 2 seconds as they play catch. To be honest with you, I was going to do this podcast yesterday, and I tell you what crept us up. Walking downstairs yesterday, I noticed some hairline cracks. So I messaged Dan, and he was like, "Oh, I'll be over after work." And I'm like, "Alright, must be serious." And he came around and goes, "Oh, it's not as bad as I thought, but Dan has to come back on Friday and fix me wall a bit." Let's get alright. It's a good job I didn't give it a second coat of paint then. That's how I noticed the cracks though, because I painted it green, and then all of a sudden I was just like, what the fuck's happening here? Dun dun dun. She's mischievous. I mean, Twin Peaks would have been finished for like 10 years, so yeah, floating around for a bit, like. Guys, a paycheck. Some of these guys come over and they'll work 3 weeks in Bulgaria, make more money than I do making a year working full time. Oh, that's one of the heartbreaking things about Bulgaria. The dogs. Oh, look at it, bless it. That's a stray dog. That'll be just a legit stray dog, that. If you check out when I make the frame for the tournament posters, just a random dog just wandered on the step and started chewing all the rubber dead body parts. I was like, what are we doing? He said, don't do anything, don't go near it. It's fucking Matrix walk here. Blade. I mean, talk about being a totally different characters. I mean, it's bitching now when you think, like, oh yeah, it's Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai's going to take on the fucking snake. Just realised that. It's a python, like, but you know. I mean, slow motion dissolve, like Reservoir Dogs style. So we've had a forward shot, a close shot, a shot of the feet, now a side shot, and it's just like, come on. Just no. Special delivery. Well, he was at the start, wasn't he? Dun dun dun. Quite a loud fucking film, man. They haven't got the snake. What the fuck have they got again? I do miss some of the food in Bulgaria with like the catering vans and stuff like that. They got like you would never fucking hungry. Like you would go to catering and there'd be so much fucking food, man. Oh, weird shit as well. It's like I remember beef with carrots like cut into it and stuff like that. So. Yeah, suspicious. He's suspicious. Get in the van. Dun dun dun. Heavy shipping and room 5. Just driving across the hills and that. Like there you go, and like dissolves. That's like, yep, past the time of travel. I mean, take it down to 80 minutes, man. I mean, fuck me, man. Stop doing that. Stop doing dissolves. Oh my god, it's going to make my brain bleed. Oh. Like, oh, that was like an hour in poor man's process. I blacked out, just rocked that truck. Oh, nasty. Too many dissolves there for me. That was starting to melt my brain. Downloading uplink. The rolling poor man's process. Sit there and just rock them. Move that light more! Oh, some 3D mapping there. Dun dun dun. Again, making a living off it. Making a living. Do you want to do Python 2? I'll pay you this much? Alright. Do you know what I mean? we're doing alright here, like, let's move our forward. God, I am hoping to get a location for tomorrow, like. Go and press the gate button. No suspicious there. Go through them gates. Driving up with the fucking hazard still on. And now the car, oh god. So the car that was in front then was then behind the truck, and I'm like, oh dear, what's going on? Continuity! Look at the UK release though. I mean, it says it was years and years and years later because, like, I mean, I remember, like, you know, it would have been about 2001ish when I would have been in London, and so about 2003 actually, because the film's been 2002. And I've just been hyped to see it, and then just note, you know what I mean. Then for it to be called Snakes, and then a front cover's just the same snake, but it's just hit with a negative effect on it. You know what I mean? It's really bad front cover. This is like it's got bring back flash memories of Highlander. The Source. Whoa, it's a bad one, that one. Creeping around. I remember you would often, like, when you get the locations and stuff like that, you'd be like, right, can you go over there and like get like a still and like see what the angle looks like from over on that fucking hill, and you're like, oh. And I remember me and Mark McQueen, I mean, Mark's went on to direct Top Gear and stuff like that. He's done well for himself. And I just remember us two, like, being out right in the middle of the sticks, and he was just like, "For careful of, like, snakes and shit." And I'm like, "Are you serious?" He said, "Yeah." I was like, "Well, fucking well out in the sticks here." I did get a nice poser shot of me leaning against the wall, but I'm wearing a white cap. I never wear caps ever, but I had to in Bulgaria. For fucking just the sun, man. It's so hot. Couldn't wear a woolly hat. I had no fucking hair. He rocks the grey hair good, Dana Ashbrook. Is this another squad following? Are we going to get a binocular effect? No. That's definitely the gate they've just went in. Yeah, no binocular effect. One of the locations we used, the money room in the tournament, that was filmed in it. You gotta imagine how fucking big this was when you think about it. A massive, like, old school swimming pool. Like, fuck me, man, honestly. When I realised it was a swimming pool, I was like, Jesus, it was huge. Like, they're massive. enough to put like, you know, almost like a 20-foot. I'm not saying that this the 20-foot CCTV screen was like. I mean, that was over the edge of the moon, but like, literally, like everyone was like walking down in there, and like the edge of the pool looked like a fucking general wall, and it was mental, absolutely mental. And now you go to like when I was getting big into swimming, about 2 years ago, and I got so fucking frustrated because like for years the swimming baths has always been next to us. And I went now and again, but I hadn't been for a while because it got condemned, and they then moved it. And I still lived close to it. I hadn't moved. And I would walk around, and when I walk around, they'd be like, "Oh, you can't come in today." Like, why? Oh, it's swimming lessons. It didn't say that. They've changed it. And you go in and like, the pool was fucking tiny, and half the pool was cut off, and then it was just, honestly, God, you would get all the old guys who would come in with half the balls hanging out the speedos, and they're just going down, move, this is my area, and like you want to get out the swimming pool and talk about this because you know you're going on the floor, and that was it. It was like I got really frustrated about it, and like that was it. I mean, I remember when I got to New Zealand and I was swimming, I was just let's swim in the pool for a bit because I haven't swum for ages. Swimming for any ages. I lost loads of weight as well, like the swimming. Loads of weight, and I was probably like in some of the best condition I've been in years, and it just went because like trying to work around work and videos and stuff like that, I just, you know what I mean, I just couldn't commit to going, right, I need to pop to the swim baths, you know what I mean. It wasn't like I could pop before work or anything like that. It was just shit timetables. But again, there's fuck all around. I'm still trying to... Come on, let us know about this location, man. Fade to white. Dun dun dun, she's in the truck. Like a snake, isn't it? It's all this transport. I mean, it all really goes down, like... Dun dun dun. So one of the main reasons I did that, I'm not doing Anaconda 3 and 4 before anyone fucking asks. I've done Anaconda 1 and I've done Anaconda 2. I can't bring myself to it. Dun dun dun, into the bunker they go. I don't think anyone comes out of this bunker. I think that's the end of the movie. Then there's loads of areas like that. That would be easy, didn't he? Back to the lookout. The other night when I was watching this, no, it was Trespass, I was going to say, it would have been, I was doing the Python edit, wasn't I? Found another one. Fast Getaway 2. Oosh, feel that. Ow. Oh, there's a foot. I found a foot! I Got a Dead Guy. I can't believe how loud this DVD is. A bit snake vision. I mean, that's what all it could have done. That's all it could have done with the first reveal of it. Boom. Have a fucking alpha explosion coming here, probably. There you go. They love blowing shit up over there. I remember there was a caravan on the set and you go, oh yeah, that doesn't need it, we'll blow it up, like, and you see it in the movie and it's just random, like, it getting bazookaed. And it's just like, they fucking just blew up a caravan just for the crack in it, what's in the film. It's just like in a montage. Yeah, whatever. So it's all going down, like. Oh, I can't believe how loud this is. I might as well fucking put it with no fucking audio. It was on 2, it wasn't on 1. Fucking, you can see the fire bar there, man. Look at that. Get the fire bar on the go. Fucking hot day, like. I forget what they're fucking transporting. Oh no, they wanted to transport the snake. That's right. Snake vision again. See, that works. Like, that is what they should have been using and left it for a big reveal. I mean, quicker cuts like that, it's not too bad. I mean, that's just great, that, isn't it? How does it seem like that? The truck's fucked. I mean, they have set that truck on fire, like. Snake mode again. Get to the van. I mean, you would notice it, maybe, would you? I mean, surely you would make a noise. I mean, what's that? What's that? Fade to black, it attacks it, it smashes it up, fade to black, and then you see it slithering away and everyone turns up. It's like, I mean, they took all the trucks out now. It's going to be a very fast podcast, like, Jesus. Yeah, your truck's burnt. Don't worry, they've only burnt your tyre out. Oh, that didn't look good. Found another boot. It's a boot. Reach out and touch him, buddy. Got a good signal out there. Keep hearing vibrations, can you? I just really found it so surreal the other night when I was watching this, to be like, I'm watching Cobra Kai with him in, and I'm watching Cobra Kai downstairs on the big telly, like, is like round tea, and just binge watch a few episodes and when I go to bed. I'm watching Twin Peaks. Brit normally reads. Brit tried to work out what's going on. See, I don't know what's going on, you know. I mean, the last episode I seen, Audrey returned, and the last time we seen Audrey was the end of season 2, and she was chained to the bank, and then she's married to this little small weird guy, and there was like this massive, like, literally like 15-minute dialogue scene with them. I was like, what the fuck is going on? But again, just to see them both in it. I was reading prep for Python Fast Forward Review because I done the outline the other night. in I just had some time before we did Batman Returns. I went in and tracked down the Scotland footage, and that's because I mentioned Scotland a few times, especially so seeing Will Wheaton. And it's funny actually because when I've seen the Will Wheaton footage, I noticed when I've seen the footage he's got a tint of purple to his hair. Should have got him to sign it. I mean, if I met William, I would probably get him to sign this and then tell him why. I'd be like, will you sign this? With fucking snakes. Am I in this? Aye, Billy. Oh, another slow motion walk right into the chest. Cuts back to the smug bad guys. Fucking Reservoir Dogs fucking walk here. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Fall in line to black. So they enter the underground. Hold. Learnt this from Predator. Hold. My old favourite Jurassic Park 3. So one of the podcasts I have had a problem with recently was Jurassic Park 3. Not only is it stuck in my other computer, which I had to... It's just sitting there in limbo as a 17.5 gigabyte file, just fucking sitting there harassing us. It's mainly one of the things I've switched up in lockdown is I've been doing a lot of back taping through tapes and stuff like that, and like the old computer, that's all it's doing. So I've went for my old new laptop for uploads, and it's all right. It just sacrifices like if I want to do other bits and bobs at the time, but I thought I got it, and I was like, it's uploaded, and then I went to look at it, and I was like, it's only on a minute. Like it uploaded on YouTube as a minute. I was like, something's fucking seriously wrong with that podcast, so I had to remaster it. Fucking that was some slick fucking gun clip in that. Oosh! Did you not know I'm Karate Kid? I mean, the snake's now black. I mean, I know we're in like day for night blue look, but I mean, there has been a lack of snake movies, I think, like big snake movies. I mean, Anaconda just for the production, the cast, and like the only thing what really hasn't aged well with Anaconda is the fucking special effects. I mean, the practical effects were amazing, but like even like the fact that you got Danny Trejo at the start of that, just like, I'm gonna shoot myself in the head because I'm stuck. Snakes on a plane, you know what I mean? Like, they had fun doing that. It was a bit outlandish and all that, but this guy gets spit in the face from Snake View, doesn't it? I can just snake. Chuck a grenade up and roll. A flashbang, actually. She's blind. William gets killed here. He gets killed in this tunnel. He's still alive for a bit, but he definitely meets his demise. I mean, that guy just had to pull himself up there. I mean, look at that, man. That's pretty bad. Flashband. Dun, 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 dun. It's fucking stuck in my head since I've seen that clip before, Jesus. The fucking weeks are flying at the moment, like it's just, I think we're in purgatory. This could be purgatory. hate it when my computer just takes a shit. Let's see what happens with the wrestling, that's all. Dun 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 dun. The Chronic. Just quickly. NXT on Sunday. So that means next Monday I'm watching NXT. Sorry, I'm just drifting. If you're still listening, I don't really care. I do care if you're listening. I don't care if no one's not listening. It's just life. Memoirs of a Madman. Oh, crack. Yeah, his film's got a real like underground path, like. Again, how to keep it on a budget. That would have been the main set location. Additional stuff filmed once you're there. One of the good films I've seen, and unfortunately the ex kept it, was Burning Light, or Burning Bright, when she gets stuck in the house with a fucking tiger. Just like the stepdad just like fucking had enough of like looking after his wife's kids, his wife's died. The kids got autism, and he says like there's a hurricane comes, he just slaps the tiger in the house, borders up the house, and go right, they're gonna be dead. And that's a really good film. So I'm trying to think of a film concept with a snake like that. But flashback, the original movie. Fading around does not show the actor. That's the final scene. That's him at the end. What you'd seen, it was just like, yeah, you got your bike up and running. I got the girl. Happy. And shows his demise. He's lost it. The plane crashes. Not showing any of the actors. It's panned in and really they've dropped the contrast really badly on it. It's a flashback. There's the plane going over the hill. There he is as a sheriff, very out wide, cuts down the actor on his bike. It's all very pan and scanned. In, chopped out all the actor. You don't have to pay them that way, do you? Got right to see the footage. There's the victims. One of the actors must have been the producer. It's a standing role. On the end of the movie, blowing the fuck up of everything. Right, we've got that. You have to wear a python now. He's telling you what the crack is. Normally, like, you obviously get like a bit of a buzz when someone comes back. They get a smaller role, a paycheck, or like, the best example ever is Michael Gloss. Burt Gummer. I think you think in the second one he's the expendable one. He ends up carrying the franchise the next 30 years. But I think if you look at him, he's in the second one. He has a small role in Karate Kid 2. And it just really like set the tone. Then he's absent from the third one, and then they brought it back, and there's a story. Time and like the times, the story with that. There's loads of stuff changing. Like You know, like, the film's really good, but then it warrants a fast sequel. Again, I talked about this, Aliens. The smart thing was, like, they were like, right, we really want James Cameron to work on this. He's new talent. He's written half a good script, but he's contractually got to do Terminator. You know, Terminator comes out. Terminator's a massive hit. And then here comes Aliens, do you know what I mean? And it's just like, fucking hell. I mean, that's mint. But, like, sometimes, like, you get films again, Starship Troopers. I talked about that last time. You know, have a big budget movie and the fast track a sequel straight to DVD, and it's just a shell of its former self, and it spoils its heritage, really. The Lost Boys, I mean, a lot of people prey on the Lost Boys, but again, it was just like, right, I don't think you can remake the Lost Boys. I think you can retell it, maybe it's in a TV show, but the film, its iconicness, it's fucking noir till the 80s, yeah. The Lost Boys, The Tribe, is essentially a fucking remake, you know, putting Feldman and Haim in there, chuck them in there, sort of, you know, try to tell it to a new generation, but then cash in with the first and stuff like that. And it's kind of like, I wish they would learn. You know, I mean, I love them films, but but as a franchise, it's all a talk about the Goonies. They could do something very special with the Goonies if they followed what Cobra Kai did. But again, how do you put that in a 2-hour package movie? Does it work? It's like Gremlins will really work as a TV show. Like, literally. Like, for years, remake Gremlins. Make a TV show, make it like Cobra Kai. That's what they need to do. It's just, like, kind of nostalgia. Then you can explore more stories, and, you know what I mean? You can put that extra effort in. But films like this, where they're right, it's going to be called Python 2. Budget, it's going to be the last one was all done in California, this one's going to be done in Bulgaria. We're going to have a few shots, and then it's all going to be underground. And the Pythons, there's no consistency with that Python. It looks completely different. I mean, it's just the next logical experiment. I mean, what would you do if you were stuck at the house with quite a large python? And I talked about this last podcast with my ex, when she had this massive python. And I was just like, if that ever gets out, and I don't even think I finished my story about that, actually. So this massive python was a brother's, and he moved out, and I just left it in this room. And it's sort of just, you know, it's a fucking huge thing. And I remember hearing a story about it escaping, and someone was sitting at the top of the house, sitting there, and the snake just got up and was just like... You imagine sitting on the toilet and there's a massive python there, and apparently the dad went up, tied it in a knot, and chucked it in the corner, like, fearless. I was like, fucking hell, man. I don't know what scares us more, like, the idea of a snake biting you and you're venomous and you're gonna die, like, you know what I mean? Especially if you're like, I have no idea what that is, but I'm paranoid about that wall out there. We got knocked out. Venomous snake, or like being restricted by a python in your sleep. How you going? What's going on here with that? Dissolve, different actor, dissolve. Oh, because you can't see. It's him from the very start, and it? The guy who opened the fucking nest. He's still alive. That really sounded like the wall busting more, didn't it? Fucking all my YouTube playlist in the background is just news. So we're living in fear. News this, news that. I'm like, fuck off, man. You hear? Just pick up my phone. Go, what happened on the wrestling last night? Fucking no backhand to that. I mean, he's gone fucking psycho. Oh. Fuck me, man. Fucking assaulted. Oop, and assaulted with a fucking fire extinguisher. Fucking hell, who's taking off his watch? Oh, he's putting his watch back on. I mean, I give credit to actors. There's a lot more going on, and like, you know, especially if you're a writer and you've wrote it and you get into these characters and like, yeah, this is what you need to say, especially like key points and all that. But I've always been more interested in improv. You know what I mean? Give it to an actor and let it come out in their natural way. Especially because when people overlook lies with like slang and stuff like that, because a lot of people go, "Oh fucking hell, I can't understand what you're saying," and like, I mean, I've travelled and people went, "Where are you from?" I'm like, "England." They're like, "Huh?" Like, yeah, but like, that's the fucking tunnel. I remember this bit. You know, like making it work. I mean, looking scared. You know, the emotions. There's stuff you don't really acting. You know, now the python's fucking green. Oh, that just looked terrible. Oh, CGI'd him off there. I mean, that's a pretty high fluke, that. But yeah, just going back to that, like the whole idea of like, you know, like making a script work, and like in Hollywood they're all like, yeah, it needs to be said this way, it needs to be said that way, and it's just like, just what works, you know? Oh, there's fucking two of them. That's why. Python 2, there's two pythons. It's called Snake, Stephen. It's not just called Snake, is it? Again, I have watched this twice the other night. It was on there in the background, but obviously when I was editing, my attention missed at the fact that there was two pythons. Hang on a minute, where did the other python come from? Fuck knows. There's no consistency with that python. That's because there's two of them. Yeah, podcasts are really bad for getting them out. As I'm recording this, maybe listen to my podcasts. Like, fuck my life, honestly, right? Back to the Futures, Jurassic Parks, Mind Ripper, Fast Getaways, Broken Arrows, none of them have been released. The last one I released last night was Blade 3, and I fucking couldn't tell you what Blade 3 was like, the comedy. It's my new thing of like just getting videos fucking just released and out. That's what I'm probably going to do now, to be honest with you. Get another video released. Sit down, chat there with the guys. Oh, I'm so happy. I am so happy, I tell you what, I'm sitting. I am just releasing Sons of King Kong, The Good, the Bad and the What the Fucks. Filmed it not long ago, about 4 weeks ago. And obviously when I uploaded it, not only did I do all the artwork straight away, I actually name checked everything. As I say, I'm a fucking divvy for like, I'll put out this video, man, I'll put 2 hashtags on it. Review Vice Principals, that'll be it. Have a look down that hole. It's all happening in the hole. See, it was interesting, like, you know, like whatever Disney decided to do with the Alien universe. Can you imagine what it'd be like if, like, you got, like, someone will steal this idea, they've probably already had it. Can you imagine if the aliens landed in a zoo and it was some kind of, like, you know, they were locked down, it was be in space, you know, like, and, like, you had a bit of scale to it, you know, it wasn't so dark and dingy and claustrophobic like going in to check on mother, you know, in this big fucking light box fucking room with this little small fucking screen. Can you imagine, like, if you had an anaconda looking fucking alien? You know, with its head and all that, and it had that more of a snake-like vibe. Or, like, as a kid, I remember, like, the bull, you know, like a fucking spider. Do you know what I mean? I mean, fair enough, like, the Queen probably is a spider, but, like, just, like, take the Alien franchise as in, what if, like, the snake, it looked different? I mean, like, there's so much controversy with Alien 3 that the fact that, like, it comes out of a dog in one cut and out of a fucking mule the next, and then it's meant to be, like, this new, like, little slimline one. And then you've got the warrior aliens and like 2 and all that, but it's kind of like you got a chance there to go a little bit different. They did it with the toys, like, but just trying to say this thing. Oh, stealth bomber. There again. There goes John Travolta and Nicolas Cage. Crosses over the broken arrow. I've been class that. Nope, there's more. I mean, come on. 4 stealth bombers. One's enough. One does carry a nuclear warhead. That's some fucking end of the world shit, that, right? Send 4 stealth bombers after you, fucking hell. Welcome to the underground. Oh, it's an albino snake now. Right, big snake movies. Kai in the Jungle Book. It's been bugging us all the way through. Kai in the Jungle Book. That's well done, eeriness, I mean, the talks and all that. It's but like, it's a whole, like, the idea of when Mowgli's up the tree and all that, and I mean, stills here are from the fucking intro, so it has used bits from the film in the intro. Why? But like. Like, when you're looking at these big branches and you see some of them slightly moving and you realise how big that snake is in the reveal, it's fucking class. Run to blue. They're back to that place again. Oh yeah, we're getting like a fucking recache. Brit's definitely finished her first shift at work. I hear rustling. Love me. It's coming for me. What, Mike? Pull the trigger. Well, he swapped that gun quite quickly, didn't he? I mean, cut out the last take and cut to that take. He 4 stealth bombers after them. And now he's in front of them. I mean, it's messy, like. It is messy. Back to that fucking... Oh my god, the film's starting to repeat itself. And he survived all that time on his own, and he's just like, uh-oh, Python's coming to get ya. I mean, fair play to you. Has he killed it? No, there it is. Oh! Snake takes out the bridge. Let him fall. I mean, that's not too bad. Creeping in the background there, but like, no. He had to die. Get him off. Get him out of this film. The smug one. I mean, fall. I mean, what a way to go. How'd you die? And you get to hell or heaven? Well, I got grabbed by a 60-foot, 80-foot, so they say, python. As I was falling down the well, it faded to white. Slow motion freeze frame on Dana Ashbrook's face. It just doesn't help itself. I don't like. I mean, maybe it's for TV. You know, the TV cuts are in there, but no. Oh, so I've done all that. Dun dun dun. Fucking kicking off his phone. Fucking hell! I don't understand why I've never done a podcast for cuffs. Just popped up. Fucking shot in the back of the head, mate. I mean, that's pretty grim, like, isn't it? Just trying to sussle down some more stuff to master, but it's not going to plan. There's an event horizon. So I've been doing podcasts since June 2018. And the first ever one. No! Event Horizon was my first one. It was my second one, wasn't it? My first ever podcast was Derailed. I was I did a few with Jack. Good old extra. I need the toilet. Can you tell I've been in the toilet? Had to. This is Snake Watches. And a fight. Karate Kid fight. Sorry, that just came on so strong, actually. Nah, gotta go. Gotta go. Wasn't waiting. Oh, it's showing that he's got a tattoo on his arm. That's. Don't see none of that in there. Cobra Kai. Yo, and there he is. Anaconda'd around. Squished. Bless him. What the fuck's happened to the phone? What the fuck has happened to the phone? Why is he licking his hands? Rubbing his fingers. It's like an old person getting money out of the wallet. Hey, take that off you. Fucking get away with me, Corona. Fuck me. When I was young. Yeah, we didn't have this. I'm staring down the fucking python. Yeah, I've just bailed at the last minute for the toilet and I couldn't wait, I'm sorry. Oh, he's got a fucking fraud. Death by mobile phone. Spinning CGI. Take out all the slow motion and all the dissolves and all the slow walking like Reservoir Dogs in this film. 70 minutes, easy. I mean, that snake's definitely dead. Its head has just exploded. I mean, I could have done it a bit sooner and saved William. What's wrong with William? Oh, I'm just crushed a bit. Meanwhile, John Travolta and Christian Slater just dropped the bomb on them. Oh, now they're getting chased off the Black Snake. That has not aged well. I mean, the bombs are dropping down them. Oh, this is terrible. I mean, it's completely disappeared. From one scene to the next, it's just gone. They're out running a massive air bomb. And fucking, nah, just give up. It is what it is. Oh, it's back. Yeah, the snake just disappeared. I think it's just been exploded. Yep, the heads just flew towards the screen. More slow motions. I mean, you can see the holes in the ground where the bombs are going to get off. I mean, yeah. As soon as they get to the road, it's fine. It's all good. Don't worry. Walk off. Hand in hand. 2 snakes down. Put your hands up. It's like the Mist. The army turn up just at the end. Happy to be alive. Black. In memory of Janie Clark. Okay. It's pretty bad. It's mental to think that William Zabka came back. The tagline for the movie is "Mankind has found a new enemy." It's just going back from the first one where it had the new metal soundtrack and it had the name checked, you know, Casper Van Dien, Robert Englund, you got William Zabka in there as well Wheaton, you know what I mean, and Jenny McCartney, you know what I mean. It did really well on like late VHS, early DVD. Warrant to have a sequel, but then for it not to be like Jeff Cohen, not for it to be like released as Python 2 as I've seen it, and it's for a long time it's been sitting there, and you know, like it's just all been like left there, do you know what I mean? And then for it to get released as Snakes and just chucked out there, and it is what it is. I mean, I'm glad it's been released. I'm happy to own it. I mean, I'm sitting here 18 years after it's been filmed and sitting ranting about it. But yeah, I mean, it has the little bits at the start, then once they're in that unit, that's it really. But yeah, it's nice to reminisce about Bulgaria on this podcast. And again, it's just another podcast. And these are ones what I call my throwaway podcasts. Not that I'm disrespecting the films of the podcast, it's just, you know, just when I can get a podcast filmed, get one done. Obviously, away from the guys, you know, when the guys are available. So, right, for now, I've been Stephen Monkey Mason. Thanks very much for listening. If I was going to give this marks out of 10, it's like literally like a 2. Yeah, I'm never going to give, like, it's going to have to be a really bad movie to have a 1, but 2 out of 10. Billy Zackers. Oh, that's it. It's just messy. Right, thanks for listening. Goodbye for now.